I'm Butterfly, and you're watching Women Crump Wednesdays.
Woman Crump Wednesday.
Women Crump Wednesday.
Women Crump
Women
Wednesdays.
Crump Wednesday.
Woman Crump
Wednesday.
For the people, by the people, with the people. I am the people. The revolution might not be televised, but it's gonna happen. My ancestors on my back, so no, I ain't capping. They died for me, so I'ma kill for them. Bust your cap back blue. This buck in my spirit is something I'm going through, so you gon' feel it. Yes, you gon' feel it. This ain't a regular crime scene. This a smooth, maybe silent.
Hi, I'm Butterfly, and you are watching Women Crump Wednesday. Today, our special guest is krYme from Chicago, Shy Buck, Midwest Gully. She's also known as Street Kaution. Yeah, so welcome.
Thank you for such a glamorous introduction. Like she said, I'm krYme, aka Street Kaution.
All right, so when did you start Crump and why did you stay?
So I started Crump around the same time as yourself, actually, August 2017. And I have stayed because Crump, the energy of Crump like matches my spirit. Like I've always been attracted to street art forms. And Crump is one of those things that I feel in my everyday life. I work with kids, or even if like I'm in my regular everyday life and I'm just going about my day and I'm trying to like, you know, be this person or code switch sometimes if you're in a job and stuff. And literally the energy of Crump and how it was created, like I don't always feel like being this joyous person, but that's my job. I teach 4-year-olds, so I have to be like I have to get them happy about learning. And there's still moments now, like I love my life. Like I'm in a very great headspace in my life, but there's still moments where it's like, okay, in this moment, I don't feel joyous, but I have to put on that front for my job, for my students. And even now, I still will go off into a secluded space or like the teacher's lounge, and I will literally crump because I have to like equalize my energy. Days I'd be irritated. And so, and it's not all about like, oh, I'm just irritated, so I gotta crump. But it's like, it's really like there's this energy in me that has to be released. And Crump is one of the things that has attracted me for a lot of reasons. And so I've stayed because I really feel like it's in my spirit to do it. And then also like I've created like these familial bonds with all the people I've met in Crump. Obviously not everyone I'm close with or vibe with or whatever, but like Shy Bug, my fam, people like yourself, even though we haven't met in person, but like I stay because I get the opportunity to meet so many dope people, and I may not have otherwise met them if it weren't for Crump. So I'm very honored and blessed to be in Crump and a Crumper. So
Beautiful. What was the biggest challenge Crump-wise moving from Shy Buck to overseas?
The biggest challenge is that, well, I can speak for where I'm at in Thailand. The movement is not really big here. And even in my city, there's only one other Crumper. And so coming from Shy Buck, with Shy Buck, we were like building the movement. Like it's a newer movement, but there's still like at least like maybe 5 to 10 Crumpers at each session. And so coming from a movement with at least 5 to 10 or more sometimes to literally me and Junior Massive Killer, we're the session. It's me and him, and I'm doing everything I can to get other people interested.
Yeah.
But culturally, Thailand is different from the US. Like culturally, like what they value and like how they interact with each other is different. So it's a little more challenging, but it's challenging to be away from a Crump culture, a Crump movement, and it's challenging to be away from Crump culture. I'm not sure how I would feel in a country like Russia or a country where Crump is bigger. Maybe I would feel a little bit more at home sometimes, or maybe I'll feel more in the element.
Yeah.
But it's here, and especially the city I am, it's just me and one other Crumper. So it's like, we have to, it's only so much we can hype each other without looking crazy. Like, well, I don't mind looking crazy, but like, it's only so much we can do. And he's a teacher as well, and his schedule is way crazier than mine. So it's like, there's only so much we can actually do together. But I still try to push as much as I can. And I miss Shy Buck. I miss my fam. I miss being in Crump culture. Like, it's a very American street, like American art form. And granted, other countries have like, made it their own and like picked it up and are very talented, but like it's very American in a good way. Like,
yes.
And there's something beautiful about that. I very much so appreciate that about being from America. Is like different art forms that came there that I thoroughly enjoy. So it's very hard if you move to a country where it's like not as big.
That's real. Oh, speaking of other art forms, so besides Crump, what other art forms do you currently do, or would you like to try?
So I do photography. Photography is kind of a thing where like I haven't like put all my energy into it because it's something I enjoy for me, and I do it. I love to shoot other people. I love to shoot candids. I love to shoot myself, self-portraits. Like, and sometimes I do it because sometimes I have to. Like, if I need, like, I just had my birthday, so I shot all my birthday photos because I wanted to do
very
something.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I do poetry. Again, I feel like every other art form that I do feeds into dance because dance was the first kind of art form that I got into. So I do poetry here and there. I write it for myself, or I write it to complement, like, say if I'm doing a Crump piece, like if I'm performing Crump, and like maybe I'll start with a poem and go into Crump. Like, I do stuff like that. So like it all feeds in together. I have rapped. I still rap. I rap because I rap for people like me who don't always fit the persona of a female rapper that we see in the mainstream media. Also rap for, women who want to hear great stuff about themselves, I guess. I think those are the main ones that I do. I wish I could sing. I'm trying to learn how to use my voice. I do like graphic design as well, and I've kind of just been doing that because I've had to do it. When I was in college, there was like situations where I had to make graphics for the organizations I was in. So I do like, I like have a joke that I do everything. Obviously, I don't really do everything, but I like to do a lot. But oftentimes they like meet at a center point, so I can create like a multidisciplinary project. So I have a video where I'm dancing in my rap video with my sis Prism, aka Lady Ice. So everything kind of like, and I like shot that video and edited it myself. Like, I just
beautiful.
Bring it all together.
That's lovely. That's
Of course,
really
some things
nice.
probably could be better if I were able to like focus all my energy on one talent. Um, but it is what it is. I do what I gotta do and get it done.
Yeah. Plus, life is more boring when you're just stuck on one thing. So it's great to
Hmm.
explore.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I feel you.
What inspired you to name yourself krYme?
So actually, I did not name myself krYme. Shy Buck named me krYme, and if it didn't fit, if it didn't resonate with me, I wouldn't have like accepted it. But it just it fit, and the character I'm creating for krYme is like so dope, and it fits everything I'm trying to do with that character. The way they named me that is like Shy Buck. I did my first stomp, chest pop, jab, arm swing with Shy Buck. So they've seen me since the beginning. And they would always say, like, oh, you're so smooth. Like, in the beginning, I had, like, I was just pulling from my other, like, dance styles and stuff. So they're like, you're so smooth. Like, ooh, smooth. And then they're like, smooth criminal. Like, you're like a criminal. You're real sly and stuff. And so I was like, okay. And then it came to a point where they were, like, discussing, like, labbing a character and training your basics while, like, adding your character on top so that you're getting your basics in, but you're also creating your character at the same time.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, but I don't have a character. And they were like, krYme. And I was like, krYme. And at first it was like crime with a C. And now that I think about that, it was like CRYME. And that just looks ugly in my head right now. But since my name is Casey or Kiana or Street Kaution, everything I have that has to do with me really starts with a K. So we changed it to K, and well, they were like, oh, it would be doper if it was K, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So it just everything flowed, and like the character. Once I like start putting like all of the concepts and like mental emotional in the actual movement of the character, she gonna be so dope. So
I'm excited to see that. What is your favorite time of day to lab?
actually, some of my favorite times of day, I mean, it could be like sporadically in the day depending on what I'm doing that day, but I like midday stuff because when, like, say I'm at work and it's my lunch time, and I had an idea, like I saw my students do something or something affected me during the day, and I'm like, I can make that a concept, or I like, I pull from like things in my environment and like create concepts from them. I love doing that. And then even though like those labs may be shorter, like an hour at most, I can take that lab and then go home and work on it some more and refine and actually get into a deeper, like longer lab with it. So like, it's just like cool stuff. I feel like I find cool stuff to like create during midday activity stuff, like my midday, and then I take it home. Like,
Okay. So what is your favorite aspect of Crump?
my favorite aspect of Crump is people. But pretty much like I love being able to like travel and meet new people through Crump. Um, I went to Malaysia recently and I found the Malaysian Crumpers, well, some of them, and they threw me a session. They welcomed me, and I was like, this is so dope. And then also people aspect, I love like building with my fam. I love building like with different Crump movements and just learning more, like more people in the world. Learning more people in the world. But like it gives me an opportunity to meet people I would maybe never have met. And that's one of the things I really cherish because I really grew up shy and introverted. So dance in general, if I didn't have it, I don't know who I would be. And I don't think y'all would know who I would be either. So I love that I am able to connect with people through this art form.
Okay.
So culturally, I mean, it's everything. It's everything. It's a lifestyle.
Yes. What Crump legacy would you like to leave behind?
Ooh, this is one that I needed to think about. I would like to leave, well, basically, I would like to have, I don't even know how to like say that. I would like to leave a legacy that, you know, you don't have to be in a box. Like, you don't have to be just the crumper and excel at that. You can bring you into Crump, and not just with characters and stuff, but you can bring, like, a lot of people are already doing this, but you can bring graphic design. You can be in the music aspect. You can be, like, maybe you want to manage other crumpers and you're a crumper yourself. Like, you can do multiple avenues in Crump and still, like, live a Crump life. That makes sense. But you can do Crump and you can still, like, I also want to, yes, this is what I want. Crump can be your life, and you can be abundant financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. Like, you can be who you want to be in Crump in all avenues. And that's what I hope to create for myself, and so that legacy will go on to the next generations. Because it's very possible. I think a lot of mindsets are like, oh, there's only so many opportunities and there's too many crumpers, or like, I think maybe some people, maybe even just subconsciously, maybe it's not like they're consciously thinking of that, but they feel lack. I feel like Crump is very abundant in what we can do. Even something like this, like Women Crump Wednesday, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, that's dope. And then it became a platform, and it's like, this, nobody else did this, and you created that lane. So, like, imagine how many other lanes that everyone can create with what they love to do. And through Crump, it is very possible. So there's an abundance of opportunities.
Yes, there are. Is there anything else that you would like to share or give any shout outs?
I wrote down my shout outs, but they wet. No.
Oh, wait. Did I ask you what's on your Crump bucket list?
No.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. What's on your Crump bucket list?
I'm going to keep it short because that's something I want to, like, I haven't really ever thought about. But one of the things I know for sure is, now that I'm, like, traveling more, I want to, like, Crump in every country that I visit. And it doesn't have to be with maybe their Crump movement, but at least, like, Crump in another country. Like, I could just, like, be, like, if I go to Paris, like, maybe I don't get a chance to meet up with their Crumpers, but if I'm on Crump in front of Eiffel Tower, that'd be dope too. Like, I just want to bring my Crump energy in different area codes. Area codes. In different time zones, you know, whatever, however you want to look at it, you know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. And in what ways would you like to give back to the Crump? Oh, to Crump, not to the Crump.
How I want to give back. I just want to, bring me to the culture. Like, not to sound arrogant, but like, bring my utmost creativity, my utmost energy, my artisticness. I'm making up words and stuff, but I really want to obviously help more people see Crump. And so that's why I'm in a place where like I'm in Thailand, and even though there's not a big scene, I will Crump in public. I will Crump at variety shows. I will Crump at open mics, because I understand a lot of people may not understand it, and they're like, oh, it looks like whatever, so-and-so, but you best believe they're gonna go home and search up Crump, and they're gonna see more. They're gonna see Crump more. Like, I feel like at one point I was like, if everybody was really exposed to Crump, we would have so many more Crumpers in the world, because Crump is contagious. So just sharing it with as many people, like, that's what I hope to give back.
That's the best.
I mean, I have like probably more things like I could specifically say, but that's the thing. Like I said, like I have different art like outlets and avenues, so like I really actually have to work more on pinpointing like, what do I want to give back? What do I want to create? So I wish I had did this before this interview, but it's okay.
That's okay.
I will.
Is there anyone in the Crump verse that you would like to learn from or collaborate with?
Well, before I say some people, I do want to say, I'm probably just going to say people that I've met personally, because I can think, this is just for me, and this is no shade to anybody. I don't have shade for anybody. I don't know a lot of people yet, but I feel like I can think I want to collaborate or learn from someone, but without having met them in person, I feel like you're not going to really always vibe with everyone. Yeah. And you're not going to always and that's okay. And you're not going to always vibe creatively, artistically, professionally. And that's okay. Like, there's no shade. It's just is what it is. That's the world. So, I feel like, yeah, in my mind, there's many people I want to collaborate with, but the ones that I know for sure that would be dope, my big homie, Fair Warning, aka J.Eyes. If y'all know Herb, he's like, to me, he's kind of like mastered a Crump lifestyle. He does a little bit of everything, and it all works, and it's like great. And I obviously get to learn from him already, so that's great. So to one day be able to collaborate with a creative person such as him would be so dope for my spirit. I would like to collaborate with Lady Ice. We're in the talks of that. That's been since day one. I would like to collaborate with Lady Kaution, because I feel like she has some like knowledge about like body and alignment and stuff that I could benefit from and learn from. I would say Encore and it's Encore and Crucial the Liberator. I feel like they both like creatively and professionally like just breaking barriers, and I really think I could learn a lot from them. In that sense, I'm glad I got to collaborate with you on Women Crump Wednesday. Like, this is so dope. You and Corrupt. Anybody in Shy Buck, come on, bust through Shy Buck. And I'll say Lady Payne, because I feel like we both thugs, so but we both be on our God tip too, so it's like a balance. So, and I think she's also another person who like professionally is like in her lane, and I think I could learn from that, some things she's doing, and collaborating with any of those people would be amazing as well. So mixture. And I'm sure there's way many more. Those are just people I've met, and I'm like, wow.
That's real. I totally understand that. Like, there's so many people in the world and so many Crumpers in the world. So it's like, I don't know until I meet them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Now I'm going to circle back around. Is there anything else that you would like to mention? Or are there any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to Midwest Gully.
Eh.
Shout out to Shy Buck. Shout out to Cautious. Shout out to I do want to shout out Minnesota Crump and Ohio Crump scenes, because real early in like Shy Buck's like development, they were kind of like pouring into us in different ways, and it's been so dope. And we actually have like a couple big homies coming out of Minnesota and like Ohio. Well, like, you know, we have like Ice Fam, and you know, the Moody's were like really helpful with Shy Buck, and that Minnesota Crump, they've been really helpful. So I have like a joke. We have like jokes like Illisoda and like all types of like, just like they give like a real family feel in both of those places for us. So that's really dope. I want to shout out Junior Massive Killer, which is the Crumper here in Thailand that I be with, labbing with and stuff, because he loves Crump, like, and he's been in this stuff. Like, imagine being the only Crumper in your city, or like, you know. So he loves Crump. So shout out to him. Shout out to Buck Mai, which is Malaysia Crump scene, for welcoming me. And hopefully I'll be welcomed in Vietnam this month. Hey. So their Crump scene is kind of new too. So like, shout out to them so more people know about them. They're in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. I think that's good. Shout out to Women Crump Wednesdays, because yeah, I remember when it was just like a session, and then now it's this, and that's like Transformation Tuesday, like you know, because I mean, I know like the feeling, like you said you had like only like a few people showing up, or one person showing up, or no one showed up some days. Sly Buck had a workshop, our first workshop, no one showed up. But if you look at Sly Buck then and now, like, amazing transformation. So I already know you're gonna be doing great things. Like your transformation too has been. Shout out to Butterfly. Yeah, you cocoon it. You're not slick. You cocooning up. Whatever they be doing in cocoon. And you like flying. Come on now. But yeah.
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 So, thank you for joining me today on Women Crump Wednesday. krYme, aka Street Kaution. She's a sis, even though I never met her a day in my life in person.
Yes. Have sisters in common, which makes us sisters.
Facts.
Facts. In due time.
In due time.
In due time, we will meet.
We will.
All right.
But you're watching Women Crump Wednesday with Butterfly
and krYme, Women Crump Wednesdays. That's me in the intro too.
Oh yeah, she is in the intro. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.